Have you been in a place where you can feel something is shifting in your life, but you can't fully explain what it is yet? Like things just don't feel the same. And what used to make sense doesn't land the same anymore. And it's not that everything is falling apart, it's just different. And usually, this is the part where people start trying to force clarity. You start overthinking everything. You start feeling like you need to make an immediate decision. But that is pressure, and pressure does not come from clarity. So, I want to walk you through how to move through a season like this without forcing any answers. The first thing is this: you have to let yourself acknowledge that something is shifting without trying to define it immediately. A lot of people feel that internal shift, and the first reaction is to try to explain it. They start asking questions like, what is this? What am I supposed to be doing? And where am I going? And sometimes the best thing you can do in these seasons is wait for the answer. Let it play out. Because what's actually changing is happening inside first. Your perspective is shifting, your capacity is changing, and the way you see yourself is evolving. And if you rush to define that too early, you will end up in chaos. You will end up moving too fast just to feel certain again, just to feel safe. Season is simply to recognize, okay, something in me is changing. My environment is shifting. What do I need to do? Because most of the time, that's literally enough for the moment. You don't have to quickly label everything yet. And the second thing, you need to stay grounded in who you are, not in the pressure to figure everything out. Because when things start to feel unclear, that's when urgency starts to creep up. You start feeling like you need a plan, you need answers, you need to make something happen immediately. But when you move from that place, you're not moving from alignment. You're moving from pressure. You're moving from a space of chaos. And chaos does not feel good. And in seasons like this, your identity is usually what's being worked on the most. It's the uprooting of who you once knew yourself to be. It's the uprooting of systems and beliefs and old patterns that no longer helps who you're becoming. So instead of constantly asking, what do I do next? Try asking yourself this: who am I becoming right now? Because whatever your next step is going to come from that version of you, not the old version, not the version of you that feels rushed and unsettled, but the becoming you. And the third thing is this: don't rush to fill the space just because it feels uncomfortable. This part right here trips a lot of people up because transition creates space, and space can feel quiet. Space can feel lonely, and it can feel uncertain, and it can feel like you're just kind of in between things and you don't know what to do. And most people don't like that feeling. So they try to fill it with people, with things, with places. They say yes too quickly. They create moments just to feel productive. Or they just go back to what's familiar just to feel grounded. And that is not the key to this season. Not every space is meant to be filled right away. Some spaces God strategically and intentionally allow you to be by yourself. Endure the moment. Some of it is actually necessary. That's where you process what's changing. Those are the moments where you're able to sit down, reflect, take inventory of what's working and what's not, what needs to stay, what needs to go. That's where you start hearing clearly again. And if you keep trying to fill every gap, you don't give yourself room to actually get clarity. And the last thing, you move forward by taking small, honest steps, not the big steps, not the gigantic steps, but those small baby steps. Not by waiting for everything to make complete sense, not for the picture to be perfect or the color to match the aesthetic. A lot of people feel like if I don't have the full picture, I shouldn't move at all. But that's not how this thing works. You don't need to see everything. It's like a little puzzle piece. All you need is that one piece to fit that one spot. And then the next piece that you choose to pick up is going to be the next spot and the next spot and the next spot. But you don't take all the puzzle pieces at once and try to figure out the whole image. You just need to be honest about what's in front of you right now. And sometimes moving forward looks like pulling back from some things. Sometimes it looks like creating more space for yourself. And sometimes it's just admitting I've outgrown this and I'm no longer who I used to be. I no longer desire the things that I once felt the need to desire. I am changing. I am evolving. And that's a step. Even if it doesn't feel like one, it is honesty. You have to be willing to take the risk. So, if you're in a season like this, where you can feel that something is shifting inside of you, take some of that pressure off yourself and release it. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You don't need to know the whole picture. You just need that one puzzle piece. And you don't need to force answers. And you don't need to rush into something just to feel stable again. Embrace the motion. This is what transition actually looks like. It starts in the inner before it gets to the outer. And it's about being aware that something is changing while letting yourself walk through it without trying to control every little detail. Instead of asking, why don't I have clarity yet? Try asking yourself this. Am I actually giving myself space to move through this the right way? Because listen, you're not stuck. You're just in transition. And that is the moment for you to be refined and realigned. If this resonated with you, comment, I'm in transition. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.